This was the Queen's broadcast to the nation of England and world in tribute to the Princess Diana of Wales. The television and radio broadcast was transmitted from the balcony at Buckingham Palace overlooking the crowds gathered to pay their respects to Diana, Princess of Wales. September 6, 1997. Reptilian Queen Elizabeth II Lizard birth is emitting Reptilian multicolorized with holographic technology. Now why would a Queen Canaanite serpent seed bloodline and a shapeshifter need to utilize this Reptilian holographic technology? Perhaps they cannot shift shape without their Reptilian technology. And to keep these deceptive illusions up, so they can hide what they really look like. Queen Elizabeth II, House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, Windsor. The Queen is from the 13 satanic bloodlines, the Merovingian bloodline, all the Queen's forces and all the Queen's men. There happens to be lots of info on Queen Elizabeth and Satanists who sacrifice children and eats babies. One thing is very obvious: she's rich, and it gives her pleasure to watch the children of the world starve to death. The Reptile Queen of England Elizabeth L. Lizard birth. The Lizard King, Prince Philip. Queen Elizabeth Windsor II, Chairman of the Committee of 300. They are of the black nobility bloodline who are knowingly working to the Brotherhood agenda. And when you look behind the facade, what you find is very dark indeed. The Windsors are the highest profile reptilian family on the planet, and they operate at the heart of the global manipulation. They are still gophers of a kind and not at the very top of the pyramid, but they are close to those who are. The very coronation of the British monarch reveals the true background to the Windsors and their predecessors. When the Queen was crowned Elizabeth II on June 2, 1953, all the regalia of the ceremony, the crowns, scepters, gowns, orb and bracelets, were taken from the Tower of London and kept overnight in the Jerusalem chamber at Westminster Abbey. This chamber is where the scholars met to translate the King James Authorized Version of the Bible under the overall supervision of Sir Francis Bacon and Robert Flood, the Grand Master of the Priory of St. Westminster Abbey, the Christian cathedral, is in fact a pagan temple. The Jerusalem chamber is paneled with cedar wood brought from the Lebanon because that was the wood said to be used to build Solomon's temple. The tapestry in the chamber depicts the judgment of Solomon. Westminster Abbey, the Christian cathedral, is in fact a pagan temple. Even the floor is made of black and white squares like a Freemasonic temple. The Queen sat in the coronation chair holding the Egyptian symbols, a scepter and a rod. On the top of the scepter is the Maltese cross and on the rod is a dove. She also later holds an orb with a Maltese cross on the top, the same as those used by the Dutch wing of the black nobility. Babylon is now London, and Queen Elizabeth is seen by the Brotherhood as a symbolic successor to the legendary founder of Babylon, Queen Semiramis, who was symbolized as a dove. The queen was also anointed with oil at her coronation, the ancient reptilian tradition which goes back thousands of years. The word Christ means the anointed one. Elizabeth II, the queen, was anointed with crocodile oil on the palms of her hands, her breast and her head. The crocodile oil at the queen's coronation was the same mixture as that used in the ancient Middle East. It was carried in a gold vessel called the ampulla, made in the form of a dove. This is symbolic of the mesophat used in Egypt by the royal court of the dragon. The anointing at the coronation is supposed to elevate the monarch to the rank of high priest, in this case, appropriately, High Priestess of the Church of England as well as head of state. This is symbolic of the mesophat used in Egypt by the royal court of the dragon. Anointed upon coronation with the fat of the dragon, the sacred crocodile, also Mesa, the holy crocodile, evolved into what we know as Sobek in Egypt. Thank you for watching and listening. And subscribe for more updates. Reptilian RR Resistance.